Hey, how's everyone going? This is like the first live that I'm doing on Instagram. This is fun. If you can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm using the earbuds so I can get. This is the first time, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to. Oh, hey, how you doing, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Hey, Justin is here. So today's special guest, I am going to invite Justin Talks Puppets. He's a wonderful pro puppeteer. He is amazing. He has his original characters, and he just keeps at it every single day with his content. He's a pleasure to have on. Let me get him on, and let me get him on. Let me get him on. I think I did it. Did I do it? Did I do it? Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the live.
You hear
Hey,
me?
how
Hey,
you
how's it
doing?
going?
Oh,
Doing
nice.
good, doing good.
Dude, what are the odds that a Justin and a Justin are going to be like talking about puppets today? This is amazing. I love it.
Right? Hey, they say when two people have the same names, it just makes room for more awesomeness. So there you go.
Totally, totally. Like I said, I've never met a bad Justin in my life, excluding maybe Justin Bieber, but he's got a good excuse, right? Like he's
All, all that, the fame and the paparazzi and all, yeah, yeah, he's got a pass. Yep.
Dude, I'm loving your background. I love all the like the Disney movies and oh my goodness, what is that? The pop art? I'm not particularly
Oh,
familiar.
like Funko, yeah, like Funko Pops and stuff like that. Yeah,
There you
we
go.
ended up, we found this stand. So funny story, because my dad was like, we need a room to put, all these pops. So we share them as a family. So it's like a family collection. So on Offer Up, surprisingly, we found this lady was like, yeah, she goes, I used to work for Barnes and Noble. She's like, I don't know what to do with this stand anymore. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry if it's,
Oh, of
but yeah,
course.
she's like,
So
so
might
she
as
was
well
like,
take it off of their hands, right?
yeah. So she's like, hey, if you want this, so yeah, I was like, yeah, definitely, definitely,
That's
definitely.
a yeah, that's a definitely yes, yes. Please. And if you got any more, please, give me more.
Exactly, exactly. So you would be surprised. We were good, right? And then of course, more Funko Pops come out, more Muppet related pops come out, more nostalgia, all that type of stuff. So this thing is full to the brim. Uh, yeah,
You're gonna
a
need
little bit.
another shelf for that.
Yeah, exactly. Right, right.
Um,
Definitely.
so speaking of which, there's that new docu-series that's coming out for Jim Henson. Are you excited for that one?
Yeah, I am. I'm actually really happy that Disney, has finally, I mean, they've always, I felt like given Jim Henson credit, but it seems like it's like like an on again, off again, like a bad
Oh,
relationship. Like,
oh yeah.
a love hate relationship. So I'm glad they're finally, shedding the light on, hey, this is the guy that, where it all began pretty much. And they're actually diving into his story, giving him credit. And Frank Oz is in it. So that is saying a lot, you
Oh,
know.
nice,
Yeah, I saw
nice.
in one of the trailers, I was like, he's talking in it, so I was like, cool. So they actually brought him back for it. That
I
was pretty
know
cool.
his son Brian is going to be talking a little bit about him too, and as well as for Brian Henson, like I watched his segment Puppet Up, and it's an awesome show. I mean, I got to see it one time, and it's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Yeah,
Except just more like puppet forward, and just any suggestions from the audience you can call out, and then it just becomes a real fun time. And plus, they record secretly, as the show's going,
right.
and then what they do is the loop at the end, which is amazing. And then we had this one guy, he was on the stage, and he couldn't do the puppetry, and they just kept like making fun of it, like,
Yeah,
oh my goodness, his mouth isn't moving, but I can hear
yeah, he's
him.
all, yeah, yeah. He's looking up in the air. His arms are doing this weird type of thing. Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, real quick. Sorry. What are your thoughts about the Jim Henson documentary for Disney Plus? Are you excited for it? Or are you kind of like,
I'm really excited. Honestly, I mean, I grew up watching Jim Henson Productions, the Jim Henson, the Muppet Show, and the other segments where they invited a bunch of like celebrities on, like in between shows, broadcasting. But I didn't know really too much all about his backstory. I knew that he had like some struggles. with broadcasting, the televised, CEOs probably weren't giving him enough credit, and they're probably like, just bringing him down a bit. But that's going to be really fun to see because, like, I mean, I'm a Jim Henson fan, but honestly, I don't know enough about him, so it's just another thing for me to kind of like open my eyes to understanding this man and how creative and genius he was.
Right. Right. True. True. And I feel like it also opens up a door for other younger puppeteers now and people that want to, aspire to do this. There you go.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's like so many great puppeteers that are coming out right now, and I'm really fortunate to be sort of like talking to them like behind the scenes. Hopefully, I can continue to get people more on. But this is just a start. Like I'm not usually like the person that likes to be in the forefront. I was never meant for broadcast television. I was more like the tech guy who can kind of like do the editing in the back
Same. Same.
side, and
Same.
then yeah, I mean, like, so tell me a little bit more about your back history of puppeteering, because I know you've had a lot of experience, and I know like you're considered just like the true like puppeteer, like a pro professional. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like going along as I go. It's like I can try to like do enough, but like you on the other hand, you got like a really good rich history of puppeteering.
No, no. First off, thank you so much for saying that. In general, I appreciate it because for me, I feel like I'm in your. I feel like the roles are reversed. I'm always
Oh,
looking
really?
toward like you and other creators as inspirations. You know what I'm saying? You guys inspire me to keep going, try different things. Don't get stuck in a box. And I don't feel like a professional because people think I have so many other things planned after this. I am honestly, like you, taking it day by day, one moment at a time, and going, all right, what's next? So yeah, the way I got into puppetry is I was a little kid. I feel like it's the similar story that you hear from a lot of us puppeteers, is that we saw some type of episode of the Muppet Show. It was introduced to me by my dad, and he was like, "Hey, check this out. I kind of grew up with this when I was a kid, so I think you might enjoy this as well." So I saw a couple episodes, was very interested, and I think what really hit it off, like what clicked, was a combination of Bear in the Big Blue House. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
27, so that 90s, late 90s baby, early 2000s kid, right in between that
Those
that spot.
shows were just like peak. Those shows,
Yeah,
in the mid
Playoff
90s,
Disney.
those were
Yeah.
just top
Yep.
tier.
Yep.
Honestly, I wish we could have like, a good amount of shows like that now, but I think that's why we all kind of like admire, shows from the past, because they're
Right.
just like so well done. So well
Right,
done.
right. Yeah, it's like flawlessly done. It's not hitting you over the head. It's not talking down to kids, right? So all that, yeah, all that stuff. But so we went to because I live out in California, still Southern California. So we would go to
Nice.
Disneyland all the time, all the time. So Muppet Vision 3D, when it was there, that was like a constant visit, always, 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 always. So I got like really excited to always go see the show. They had a Playhouse Disney Live on Stage show as well across the way. So Disney California Adventure side. So there would be like Playhouse Disney over here, and then we go run to Muppet Vision. So I was like I was in my like, yay. So I just got intrigued of how do they do that? How do they do that? How do they do this? So I started going to my local public library, and I got the Jim Henson's The Works book, and my dad dived in with me, and then we were like learning all about Jim Henson and the history of puppetry and all this other type of stuff. And I really got drawn into the Muppet pigs, so like the background pig characters that walk around.
Oh
Don't ask
yeah.
me why. Yeah, I was just drawn to them. I don't know why. I don't know why. But so eventually like, was like, you know what? I want to make my own character. So we ended up talking to, I don't know if you're familiar with the puppet company Swazzle,
Company
Patrick and
Swazzle.
Sean.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, we have Patrick and Sean Johnson. They're two twin brothers. They live well. They're like in the LA area,
I think
Burbank
so. I
area.
think I haven't really seen that show in particular, but I did see it, while I was like, watching those other shows, like as I was growing up.
Yeah. So they've kind of worked on, different, nostalgia shows and things like that as puppeteers. So I got to go to their company, and they just took me under their wing. They're like, here's how you build a puppet, here's the foam you need, the fabric, all this stuff. So I was like, awesome. So we went back home, and I had an idea for a pig puppet, not trying to, copy the Muppet Pigs, but something, an inspiration of that. And I ended up calling the character Sam. Don't know why. And then he ended up becoming Sam the Ham. So
I've seen
I
that
would take him
character.
out.
That is
Yep.
pretty fun. As
Yeah.
well as
Yeah.
the Bloob character, as well as Pan Pan
Right.
and Lil Ferber. All those characters that you created, like are really like spot on. And I was looking last night, just like browsing through the origins of like your character development, and it was just really cool to see like how it first started out with like a different voice and then it kind of like didn't work, but then like you just, reformatted it, you just like redid it, and then, suddenly, bam, it's there. Um,
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of, and you know this, a lot of trial and error. And then a lot of getting inspired by my family members, friends, cousins, people I've, just encountered in life, jobs and stuff like that. You kind of get characters off of those people. And then you're like, oh, this would be a funny character, or this would be something, funny to do. So that's pretty much uh, my genesis, I guess you could say, for starting. Uh, Taking it a little before Sam and creating my own character. I had a Gonzo replica puppet, so like a photo, puppet, and I got it for my birthday. It collected dust for a couple of years, and then my dad was like, "Hey, why don't we make this into a puppet? Let's see if we can, cut the wires out and stuff like that." Which I know is like committing a crime because you're like those things are worth a lot of money, right? The master replica.
sacrilegious,
Yeah,
sacrilegious.
you're like, no. So I was like, sure, why not? So, he's my dad's very artistic, and like he's always like supported me and been like, hey, you know what? Let's do this. Let's try to build this, create this thing. Always a father-son project. So I was like, sure. So we cut wires out, did this, did that, kind of figured some things out, and actually made him into a puppet. So what really helped me like get over my shyness, I was a very shy
Oh,
kid.
you
I would
were?
not. Yeah, I would not talk to really anybody in school. You literally would have to push me up to like, even as a little kid, to like Mickey Mouse and Disneyland. I would be that kid to be like, you're like, go, Justin, go. My parents are like, come on, don't be scared. And I'm kind of looking crazy. So they always had to push me to go do things. Well, for with puppetry and and kind of being able to hide and then let this character come to life on my hand. So I would go around cosplaying as Gonzo. So as like a 12-year-old, we would go to Disney. I would bring Gonzo into the parks, not drawing attention to myself, but just and then interacting with people, going into Muppet Vision and
Well, I mean, you bring in Gonzo, everyone's gonna like turn a head.
yeah.
Oh my God, it's Gonzo!
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So in doing so, this was training me. It was training me how to not be, get out of my shyness, get out of my comfort zone, start, just being approachable and friendly and, and fun. And so I ended up seeing another guy that I know named Kevin who was running the circuit as he had a Kermit replica, and he was cosplaying as Kermit at different Comic Cons. So I ended up contacting him, and long story short, we for like the rest of like 2011 going into 2012, 2013, we're just going to different Comic Cons in our area and then showing up as Gonzo and Kermit. And we would just, of course, say we're not affiliated with the Henson Company or nothing like that. We're just fans who are cosplaying and just are doing this just for fun.
Which is the
And
perfect
people would
time to, come in as a fan, because there's no copywriting. You just go in anytime you want, and you can
exactly.
be The Rock, you can be Thanos, you can be the chef,
Deadpool, Spider-Man, yeah,
Yeah.
all that. Yeah. So that was the fun of it. I learned on the fly how to do interviews. If I'm doing an interview, you don't want to show your head in the frame and just all this stuff I didn't know while at the same time getting out of my comfort zone. So, I also grew up as a child actor, so it's weird being shy and then yeah, so
A
all
child
of this
actor?
stuff, yeah,
What?
was yeah, and nothing big of the sort, food commercials here and there and little things here and there, but really puppetry was where, like I said, uh brought me out of my shyness. So I ended up one of my acting coaches. I sent her over, just clips of me being Gonzo with Kermit with my buddy Kevin, and she's like, Justin, this is great. I'm super proud of you, super happy for you. But what really would work is if you got your own thing, because when something is your own, now you can say, do, you're not confined in like this little box.
Right.
So it hurt me a little bit because I'm like, oh, I'm so used to doing Gonzo. So she was like, just try it and you never know what happened. So I'm like, okay. So then that's what led on to the whole Sam the Ham thing. Did that on YouTube for a couple of years, trying to kind of figure out my way. And then was with the YouTube channel. Like, I don't know if you remember, like they had like YouTube has like, or they had channel networks that would kind of like pick you up and like help you develop your videos and stuff like that. So I ended up partnering with the Awesomeness TV network,
Oh,
and I was the only puppeteer. So that was kind of unique because they would like, okay, we don't really know where to fit you, but this is a unique talent. So they're all about showcasing younger talent, on that network because they were with Viacom, Nickelodeon. So they were like, but for YouTube.
wow. Wow. No,
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just heard of like YouTube TV or Red TV or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was any correlation or any affiliation
I
to
mean,
those.
kind of. Do you remember, or maybe you've heard of it? Like, I know we're going back some way. Well, not that far, but like 2011-ish. Do you remember Maker Studios? Do you remember hearing about that?
Maker Studios. Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Disney ended up like buying them, but at that time, like bigger YouTubers were getting it's it was almost like an agency for YouTubers, but at the same time, they would help you, like you said, they would help you grow,
It would make
help you
sense
create
that they would
content.
have like another, way in because I know that television was kind of like out the door as soon as like, YouTube was coming on. So
Right,
they probably had to like figure out something like, oh man, let's try and get our feet in the door in this avenue so that way
right,
we can continue to build up our company, keep our company as Viacom or Nickelodeon and so forth.
exactly. No, exactly. And the crazy thing with awesomeness, and well, it was hard to get a channel network on YouTube to pick you up
Hmm.
because of course, they wanted you to have 1 million subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. You had to have that big number. And at the time, I was a small guy. I only had, maybe 100 to 200, which is still it's a good accomplishment, but they want, that bigger audience. So awesomeness they would pick up these young creators that didn't have such a big following and would kind of like train and coach with you as you went through it to then help you grow as a creator to know, okay, so if you happen to get bigger, you now gain a bigger audience, they're with you along the way to do it. So that was also another learning curve and adding in more characters and doing all this stuff. And so after a while of taking a break from that because the channel would grow, the Sam the Ham channel would grow, do good, and then it would filter off. Then it would grow, do good, and filter off. So I would pretty much have Sam try to review like pop culture, like irrelevant movies and music, and add little skits in, like the new Transformers movie or the new, something to catch people's eye. So it did okay, and then it would go like this. So after doing that for a while, I kind of got burnt out and was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. So I'm gonna take a year off. What's
Hmm.
what I did? To no YouTube, no nothing, just clear my mind. Just focus on my relationship with God and ask Him what He wants me to do next. So a lot of praying. Yep, a lot of praying and yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. And I would
Amen to
not be here
that.
today without God, nor any of that you see, anything you see. Seriously. So first and foremost, yeah, not Justin, because I know I'm pointing up, but
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Not just the fun co-pop or not those action
yeah,
figures.
yeah, 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 yeah. You get what I'm saying. So I ended up uh I had like another channel, and my dad had suggested, "Hey, why don't you try reviewing puppets?" You know,
Oh.
on this second channel. So I was kind of like, I don't know about that. So I prayed about it, and he was like, "Just try it. I'm telling you." So I got the nudge to just try it. What's the worst that can happen? So I started reviewing puppets and stuff like that, and ended up changing the name to Justin Talks puppets. And this led the way into just reviewing puppets, talking all things puppetry and Muppet history and where are the puppets and all that stuff. And then entering TikTok. And that's where, everything kind of launched from there. I would do like lip syncing to Mickey shorts at the time, the Mickey cartoons, and with the Folk Madness Disney puppets. And I would have my character Bloob kind of react to funny viral videos from time to time. And so my job also was with Folk Menace. They had kind of brought me on to help advertise for their Disney puppets. So
Oh,
Goofy,
cool.
Mickey, right? So they were like, hey, so as that was kind of winding down and ending, they're like, well, we don't really have anything else for you unless you would like to review one of our animal puppets. And I was like, okay, well, what do you guys got? They're like, well, we have this panda who we're trying to sell, but it's not really working too well because it just looks like, a normal panda. So I was like, okay, I think I might be able to do something with that. So I made a review, didn't think anything of it. It was during Christmas time, so everybody was, talking about different Christmas stuff, related stuff. So I made a video with Sam the Ham, the pig, and he was like, "Oh, here's my friend Pan Pan, who wants to tell you his story, or he tries to describe the story of 'Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas." So Pan Pan is speaking in this gibberish, language. You can't understand what he's saying, but you know that he's mad about Santa about taking his cookies or cookies, as he says. And then that just kind of took off. And from there, I started getting traction with this panda puppet. And that was a blessing, uh, clearly, because nothing planned of me at all. So, yeah.
It's so
That's my
interesting how
yeah.
when you put God into, the play, things just kind of work out for the better. And me, I started out like doing mad puppets, like sort of be edgy and everything. And me and my wife and my daughter were becoming more renowned Christians, newborn again, and I'm starting to see, the better side of what it means to serve God and to serve others and everything. So when I watch your videos, especially when Sam the Ham, talks about Bible quotes and everything from the New Testament, it's just very, heartwarming to to see that type of puppetry.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
because you don't normally see a lot of them. You see like the kind of typical like puppets are meant to be thrown, or hit or stuff like that. But when it comes
Right.
to just actual morals and everything, like you don't really see that in the puppet field. So I'm glad that you provide a little bit of that, so that
Thank
others
you.
like me can be more inspired into creating more things for for the intention of God, for the intention of Jesus and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's another thing too. I don't want to, and that's where you definitely know where God's leading you, the Holy Spirit's leading you, because it's not you beating people over the head with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's more to help and encourage than to beat you over the head with it. Still telling truth, still giving the Bible message, but not beating people over the head with it. And that was the other thing, trying to, just pray about that and ask God, okay, well, where do I fit in with this? And am I pushing? Am I, well, and when I kind of just let go and stop trying to be in control, which I'm learning and I've learned, he works things out for the better. So I'm very happy to hear that you're like, hey, you're not making it weird. You're not, I'm saying it's
No,
natural. It's
no.
a natural thing.
In fact, I often did almost have a resistance to it. And now, I mean, I go to a Calvary church, me and my wife. My wife works at the front desk administrator. So she's just, Monday through Friday, Jesus. And every time, I'm not the one to always want to, go to church because I feel like, oh man, I could be relaxing or something. But then as I keep going, I haven't missed a Sunday since like the last 3 months, and it's great. It fills me up. It makes me more inspired. It keeps me going, and it's just something that I could not have expected once I decided to take that leap forward of faith. And yeah, I mean, I'm so blessed and able to see that, and then hopefully I can inspire others to seek the truth and seek, wisdom, everything, for the good instead of, ill intentions or, things like that,
Yeah,
will kind of bring anyone down to not a good path
yeah.
and everything.
And I appreciate that about you too, is that I like watching your videos because you also show that you could still have fun. People think, oh, as a Christian, you have to be like this. No, no, we're people just like anybody else. And just be normal, man. You don't have to be weird about it and speak Christianese and all this type of stuff. No, if
Christianese.
like I said, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. If when
Yeah.
God's working through you, man, it's just gonna come out, and but you can show that you can still have fun. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like, make it weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just I'm very blessed that the church that I go to, they're nice and easygoing, but they do, there's this Pastor Derek, that just like when I listen to him, he's just like not only relatable, he's also funny, and he kind of shows a little bit of humility. And what we are learning today at church is without humility, there is no unity. And I feel that that's so true. Like, and that's why I want to push to kind of like talk to, people in the puppetry field to, to see, hey, let's do something and let's make let's give out the word, that we can help each other out. And I know that like we reached out like probably about a year ago, and I was like so busy. Now I'm just like, well, I would love to work with you more often.
Same,
And,
same, same.
since, Vegas is just like a hop, skip, and a jump to, I used to actually live in North Hollywood for a few
Oh, cool.
years, but probably between 2011 to 2013. And then, yeah, just finally, met my wife here, and, we're residing in Sin City, apparently.
Hey man, no, my hat goes off to you because seriously, with the way you get content out and it's flawless and the editing is just and all the videos are hilarious. I know it's pre-recorded stuff, but you adding in just your little like I got a chance before we jumped on here. I got a chance to watch a little bit of your live on YouTube, and dude, seriously, my hat goes off to you because I was like, wow, that's just the dedication, the time, the lights, the just making sure every beat is right. That takes dedication, time, and talent. So. My hat's
Well,
off to you,
I
man. Seriously.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. But I mean, I came here to talk to you, the real puppeteer, the person who, who continues to like create content every single day, brings a good word, to Christians, and as well as making people laugh. I mean, again, I love Bloob the alien. He's just like he's got the best one-liners, and
Thank you.
the way
Thank
that
you.
he
Thank you.
reacts to videos, it's just it's very funny. And um, yeah, I mean, it's just a pleasure to just have you on and just talk to you, because I know this is the first time
Thank
we're talking to each other. We could have done the whole like, hey, let's call each other before to see how we feel and everything. But just by looking at your videos, I knew that we were kind of, going to be able to vibe and, see relatable, interests in making puppet,
you.
videos.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. Even when you reached out, I was so excited. Kind of nervous, like always, but excited. And I always love talking and meeting other puppeteers, content creators, and of course, above all, fellow Christians who get it and they're not like, they're like, I see what you're doing. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
I will say that secretly, I think it was both your girlfriend and my wife were telling us, on the side, hey, you should talk to Justin. Hey, you should
Yep.
talk to. And
Yep.
then again, your girlfriend is a great talent too. Like she's got the nostalgic what's it called?
To the max.
Nostalgic to the
Yeah.
max. And it just reminds me of all the great, shows that I used to watch, as well as my wife. She's a great influencer. She's read the Bible from left and right, front and back. She knows how to like, bring up any type of scripture, which is so impressive. Like, and she continues to inspire me and give me more motivation. And I think that's the important thing is, be around people who support you, be around people that will help you out when time is in need. Because I mean, my wife, she's not a puppeteer, but she's a very good voice actress, but she doesn't consider herself as a voice actor. But what she does is, if I need help, moving the legs or something like that, she'll gladly just come in and then help out. And
Right.
luckily, she doesn't have to do too much. But it's always good to have, like, family members and significant others just giving you a hurrah in the background and telling you could do it, keep going. And that's what I think we have something in common is we have really good support systems in our lives, and that's a complete blessing.
No, no, same. Agreed. 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 Yeah. No. Unfortunately, recently, me and my girlfriend are, but
Oh,
but that's okay.
so
That's all right.
sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No, you're good. But
This
no,
is when
still,
I
no.
put my foot in my mouth.
No,
Ouch.
you're good. No, you're good. No, she's super talented. She's super talented, and no, she even now, still just as friends, she has my best interest always at heart, and I agree with that. Yeah, you need when it helps when you're down times because those down times when you feel like, oh, should I really still be doing this? Should I give up? And like you said, or I'm pretty sure if it's a long day of shooting and you're like, oh, I don't
my
want to do this anymore.
my
My
arm
arm
has
hurts.
gotten locked.
Right, right. You
Been
got
picking
one
up
arm
so long.
bigger than the other. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, right. It does. It helps to have your cheering section, and just always reminding you of, like you said, encouraging words, keeping you grounded, and encouraging you with the word, and telling you don't give up, don't give up, keep going, keep going. This is what this is something that God has for you, and within this, He's working through you, even in the hard moments that suck. So,
Amen.
yeah,
Amen to that. Well, I'm really excited, and I think I have the script that I was writing, and it was for the best intentions for God and Jesus. It's about a demon that's trying to do good, and he's just like not really successful at it. But he ends up getting saved by an archangel. He's got an angel helping him out, as well as like he's trying to get Jesus to the spiritual convention center. So he's a bodyguard, and he's trying to throughout his adventure, throughout his journey while walking with Jesus, he's learning on how to be a better person, a better, and then
like
at
that.
the end, spoiler alert, he ends up turning into an angel because of his good deeds, of his sacrifice to, Jesus.
That's pretty cool.
But I I know that, like, you have a great talent in both puppetry and voice acting.
Thank you.
So I was hoping, maybe we can, have you, be a voice or be a puppeteer for this movie because I'm really excited about it. This is like one of the movies that I've been taking so much time to write, and it's just all for the better intentions for Jesus, knowing his name, knowing what he stood for, and how people who at the darkest, of times can turn, you know, uh, to the better side, to the light and everything.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, and I'd be more than happy. Whatever you need from me, just say, "Hey, need you," and then I'll be like, "I'm here. I'm here." And then, or if you need, via greens, whatever you need, I got you. So I'd be more than happy to,
Absolutely,
participate.
because I will hold you to that because I would love to work with you more, get some more, content so that because Instagram is so great because you can, collaborate just by attaching the other person's account and then, you could share on both pages and everything, if that's appropriate. But for me, I'm trying to kind of like, limit my edginess to get to more of a appropriate uh, viewership so that way more people who are Christ-like, more people who are in the faith can appreciate videos as well. But
Gotcha.
I got plans for you, man. I got
I'm ready.
plans.
I'm ready. We got to do it. We got to do it. And like you said, I've been seeing more people, puppet people, come up, come on board. So it'd be cool to just have, not probably maybe for that project or any other project that you work on. It'd be cool to just have everybody, collab together. I think that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. I know that there's a way, and I will definitely be on my mission to, make sure that we all can come together and just create something fun because I
Yeah.
think that's what it's really about. It's great that we all like can show our talents, show our, our professions and show our passions, but like I said, without humility, there is no unity. So I'm definitely like really on board for that. I'm excited for some of the content that we can create together.
Same. Same, man. Same. Like I said, just say when. And like I told you, everybody thinks I have a schedule a mile long. And I like talking about being open and transparent and humility. I seriously don't know what's coming tomorrow. So I'm just taking it day by day. Whatever happened today is enough for today. And hey, whatever's supposed to happen tomorrow, right? Don't worry about anything. Pray about everything. And don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will bring its own, troubles. I'm
Exactly.
paraphrasing. But yeah.
Exactly. Stay in the
But yeah.
present and God will do the work for you.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm learning that. I'm learning that with videos, with editing. I'm always catching myself trying to run to the end of the finish line of the project. And he's like, no, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy this. Enjoy the process. And when I
Hmm.
do that, things go a little bit better. So,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. It's not about the goal or the end point. It's about the process. It's about the journey.
true.
And, if you end up just looking at the goal at the end of it, then you'll miss out on that all that beauty.
Yeah.
I mean, I mess up all the time, and it's becoming a lot easier for me to just be like, okay, now you saw me like flub, so many takes. I'm okay with it because like I think we all need to show each other that we are people. We're not, infallible. We're just like, we're just here for each other and we're here to make everyone else grow and inspire.
No, yeah, no, and like I said, man, that was seriously inspiring to me watching you just behind the scenes. When even if you messed up, you laugh, you were able to laugh at yourself. And I tried to do that. I tried not to get upset and angry, especially you trying to do something. But I have to take a step back, and it's kind of like, hey, you laugh at yourself. This is supposed to be fun. This is not supposed to be serious. It's not construction work or anything like that. It's fun. So let's just have fun. And I think if you're having fun, you're doing it for God, then why sweat the small stuff, right?
Yep, let those walls fall like Jericho.
Exactly. Exactly.
All
Yep.
right. Well, I hope that we can have another time that we can discuss and go live because it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Same.
Um, I'm gonna head on and go to the fridge so I can eat something, but
But yes. We don't want you passing out. It's not good. It's
I
not
know, I
good.
know.
And I apologize for throwing all information at you of crazy, and you're like,
Oh
wow.
no.
I just
No, no, I think that's great because like it's more like I think what my wife just said, authenticity. It's all about authenticity, and if I gave you some of the questions that I prepped you with, and honestly, I don't even know if I asked any of those. Oh wait.
apologies.
Before I go, what is your favorite Jim Henson movie?
I got it. I got it. It would have to be the original Muppet movie.
Oh, oh yeah, that is a good one.
Just because it's the first one, and it's the well, it's not the start, but it's the beginning of all the movies. So I thought, yeah,
That's the one scene where the famous Kermit is on the log in the swamp,
yep.
and then like you see the diagram of Jim Henson and how he had to do it. Like that is just insane. Like
In a tank, can you imagine in a tank doing the whole? Yeah,
yeah, with just a
that
little
and that.
monitor and just like literally you can't move. You just have to just stay in one spot. And it's a good thing that he wasn't claustrophobic. Otherwise, just looking at that picture, I'm like,
In the same. I'd be like, okay, let's get the shot. Come on, let's go. But yeah, no, that and the bike scene. I'm always impressed on how they, for the time, how they were able to have him on that bike and pedaling and stuff like that. So
coincidentally,
yeah,
I have to use a bike scene for the same setup, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'll try and figure it out, but it's going to be interesting to get that one shot of a puppet riding
you
the
might have to,
bike and everything.
but you might have to marionette some with some strings, right?
Maybe, or I'll just get my wife to just
Yep,
use the rods. I'll try and key that out.
I can see it. I can see it.
Oh yeah, the Rainbow Connection, totally. That was like one of my favorite songs. Rainbow
The
Connection.
ending, yeah, with that ending with all the Yeah, no, yeah. There's so many.
How is that possible that so many like puppets can be in one shot? Like, I mean, that just seems like a very difficult
A
like
giant hole in the floor, and everybody's like, okay,
yeah.
yeah. That seems fun. It seems fun, difficult, but
But at
fun at the same time.
the
Difficult, fun,
same
difficult.
time, if you didn't if you didn't chew any gum, you're sitting right next to a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Like here comes the hot breath. Like, how you doing? Here's an armpit. Here's an elbow. Yeah, one shot.
Oh man, and that's what I need to get used to is doing the one shot, one take. That's super difficult for
You
me.
you make it look easy, man. I didn't even like I said, watching the live. I didn't see you break a sweat. You were like, hey, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, I had the AC on. And I didn't know if it was picking up noise or anything, but there's just so many different things that I can just get better at technically. But
Same.
like I said,
Same.
humility will only bring us together. I don't mind looking foolish, or I claim that I'm not a professional puppeteer, and I'm just trying to get better and better at something I love doing.
In my eyes, man, you're already there. You're already there. You know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll prove it to you when we get another when we actually get a network together and everything, and then we start seeing, oh my goodness, actually, yeah. But until then, start out small, like you said, day by day. Sweet Lord Jesus, we pray. And but yeah, my wife is yelling, laughing at me.
But I'll let you go. I'll let you because I can talk to you all day. So
Okay, yeah,
apologies.
serious, serious. Good to know, though. Good to know. Until then, tell everyone where you can be found.
Yeah. Justin Talks Puppets, pretty much branded on everything. Justin Talks Puppets on Instagram. Justin Talks Puppets on YouTube, TikTok, and yeah, I think that's about it. I'm not on X. That's the only thing I've tried Twitter X before, and it's
Someone
been
abbreviated and called it Twix.
yeah, right. Yeah, Twix. Yeah, Twix, Twitter, all, all that, all that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm not on. But yeah, no, catch me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. The my three, little platforms there. So yeah,
Justin, it was a pleasure talking to you. I know it's
same.
going to be plenty more in the future. Until then, see you next time.
See you, man. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Well, that is Justin Talks Puppets, guys. I mean, this is the first time that I talked to the guy, and he is just awesome. I mean, again, I was a little shy myself. I'm a shy person. I did a lot of theater growing up, but at the same time, as I kind of got older, I started becoming a little bit more like in my shell and everything. And just by talking to Justin, it's from Justin to another Justin, it was a great experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. So stay tuned for the next time, and have a great weekend.